Welcome to lecture 18 in Biopharmaceutics. Students, we are going to start new chapter today, and that is biopharmaceutical considerations in developing a dosage form. The topic which we are going to discuss in this lecture is drug considerations in developing a dosage form. The topics we are going to discuss in this lecture include rational design of drug products, drug considerations, and then physicochemical nature of drugs. Biopharmaceutics. Students, you are aware about the definition of biopharmaceutics, but let me repeat it. Biopharmaceutics is the study of the in vitro impact of physicochemical properties of drugs and drug products on drug delivery to the body under normal or pathological conditions. A primary concern in biopharmaceutics is the bioavailability of drugs. So if you look at just just looking at the biopharmaceutics, pharmaceutics. Pharmaceutics is declared as that field or branch of pharmacy, which is together the science and art of manufacturing, or you can say taking the drug and suitable excipients in their raw form and then subjecting them to a suitable manufacturing procedure so that final drug product is prepared, which is ready to be administered. So whenever the prefix of bio gets attached with the pharmaceutics, now it is biopharmaceutics. Here we are not concerned only with the preparation of or manufacturing of the drug product, final drug product, but also we are concerned that how the drug would behave within the living body, because ultimately, as we say that the drug is ready to be administered, so it is being administered to the patient or any person in under normal or pathological conditions. So definitely that drug product is finally being subjected to living body conditions. So how will that behave? Whether that would disintegrate properly, dissolute, get absorbed, and get bioavailable at the site of action or not. So all those measurements when you perform in vitro, that is when before being administered to the patients or the living beings, um, that whole procedure would be biopharmaceutics. And as we just read that primary concern in biopharmaceutics is the bioavailability of drugs. So we are mainly concerned with the bioavailability of drugs, though, and looking at that aspect, we are looking at the raw materials, at the raw drug form, and manufacturing procedure, and as well as at the route of administration and the final drug product, that whether the developed product is being delivered in the proper way within the living body to the site of action, and also being able to be available in its proper concentration at the site of action or not. So that whole field of study is called biopharmaceutics. And the aim of biopharmaceutics is to adjust the delivery of drug from the drug product in such a manner as to provide optimal therapeutic activity and safety for the patient. And that's why whenever we are discussing biopharmaceutics, routes of administration and the final dosage form and also the delivery systems becomes extremely important and of main concerns, because delivery systems usually are aimed at developing a dosage form which is capable to deliver the drug in its maximum concentration at the site of action. So this is all about biopharmaceutics, and we are repeating it because what we are discussing in this chapter is the biopharmaceutical considerations in developing a dosage form. So first of all, it is very important to recall that what is biopharmaceutics in itself, and what is the main purpose of that. So Whenever dosage form is developed, it is very important to understand that what is the main objective and how it would be affecting um, bioavailability of drugs. Now coming to bioavailability. So bioavailability refers to the measurement of the rate and extent of active drug that becomes available at the site of action, as you know very well. Because the systemic blood circulation delivers therapeutically active drug to the tissues and to the site of action of the drug. Um, Here you can see that systemic blood circulation delivers therapeutically active drug to the tissues and to the site of action of the drugs. Once the drug gets available in the systemic circulation, then it is able to be at the site of action, to reach at the site of action. So changes in bioavailability. If, for example, the manufacturing or the product formulation is um, not able to deliver, means it is not able to disintegrate properly, not able to dissolute and get absorbed properly, and so not able to deliver the desired drug concentration at the site of action, that definitely affects changes in pharmacodynamics and toxicity of a drug. Either the drug is reaching in lesser concentration, so the desired pharmacodynamic or pharmacological response which gets translated into therapeutic effectiveness of the drug, that is not possible to achieve. Or if the drug, for example, is it's dissoluting at more than the normal or desired rate, then again there is the possibility that drug is reaching in more than required concentration or desired concentration at the site of action and resulting in toxicity of a drug. So what we are dealing with here is the reaching of drug in optimum concentration, the desired concentration, whatever is required, neither lesser nor greater amounts of drug. It is also used as a tool for developing the in vitro dissolution specifications. We already discussed in vitro in vivo correlation studies, so I won't go into the detail of this one. You already understand what is it all about. Rational design of drug products. So the name itself is self-explanatory, rational design. Whatever drug product you're going to design, that should be rational. And for being it's rational, you need to consider certain factors like, first of all, physicochemical properties of the drug substances, or you can say compound, are extremely important to consider. It's very important for you to understand what is physical and chemical nature of a drug, and then you can proceed further to any other step involved in developing a drug product, because only then you can select the suitable set of excipients which are compatible and which are suitable, and also that match with your desired route of administration, because remember, your dosage form is also deciding to a large extent what would be your route of administration. So route of administration, whatever is your desired route of administration, that would be affecting the choice of excipients, and choice of excipients would also be greatly affected by the nature of the drug. So there are various factors which are considered. Route of a drug administration, whenever is considered, it is also very important to understand what is the anatomy and physiological nature of the subjected site. Like for example, in case of oral drug products, you know that drug is being subjected to gut cavity, or you can say gastrointestinal tract. And in case of parenteral, vein, artery, muscle could be involved in case of intravenous, intra-arterial or intramuscular route. But anyways, these would be the areas, and you can understand the anatomy and physiology involved there. Then there is topical. In case of topical route of administrations, or the topical products with the route of administration is definitely topical one. So in case of topical administrations, the skin is involved and mucosal might get involved. So you can understand that how your selection, first of all, it is important for you to understand the nature of drug, And then choice of your excipients would be greatly dependent upon not only upon the physicochemical nature of drug, but also what is your desired dosage form and selected route of administration. Because remember that with the change in selection of route of administration, the choice of excipients must change because the subjected sites where the drug is being would be subjected to get absorbed are changing. Their physiology and anatomy is continuously changing. Skin is not the same as the gastrointestinal tract. Gastrointestinal tract is not the same as any artery, vein, or muscle get involved. So then another factor which is involved is required pharmacological pharmacodynamic response. What is your required or desired response which you need? That is immediate effect or prolonged activity of the drug, whatever. And toxicological properties of the drug. You have to consider safety of excipients and effect of excipients and dosage form on drug delivery. So while developing a rational design for drug products, all these factors are supposed to be considered. Now coming to biopharmaceutical considerations, which is your main chapter. So what is your course contents require for us to discuss is first of all drug considerations, and mainly it includes physicochemical properties, so we will touch that one in this section. Then manufacturing considerations like uh, remember that whenever you are considering the manufacturing considerations, the main thing which you need to consider, or what is important for you, is that how the drug would disintegrate, dissolute, and absorb. So that's why the dissolution and disintegration, these factors and these steps are really important whenever you are developing a dosage form or set going to set is manufacturing procedure or going to select a manufacturing procedure. So the choice of manufacturing procedure greatly affects then the disintegration, dissolution, and absorption of the drug. Then drug product considerations, and it includes both route of administration and dosage form. Patient considerations and pharmacodynamic considerations and pharmacokinetic considerations. So drug considerations, as I mentioned already, that physicochemical nature of the drug is of main concern for us. So physicochemical nature of drug will affect choice of excipients, and together they affect design of final product, including its dissolution kinetics. We already discussed it. And for example, intravenous dosage form having chemically unstable drug ingredient may require special excipients, coatings, or manufacturing processes to protect the drug from degradation. So considering the physicochemical nature of drug, there are various physicochemical properties of drugs. So considering one by one, pKa and pH profile. What's its significance? It is necessary for optimum stability and solubility of the final product. Means pH has a great impact on stability. Means it could degrade the substance, chemical substance, and so it could also impact its solubility of the final products. And so definitely it's very clear that it could impact its bioavailability as well. Then the next is particle size may affect solubility of drug and dissolution rate of the product. Drug, it's these physicochemical properties impact on drug, but here keep in mind that these properties are equally applicable on to excipients as well. But mainly here we are focusing drug because we are concerned with absorption of drug, not excipient, bioavailability of drug, not excipients. But remember that these properties could impact the excipients as well, though excipients are considered and desirably they are largely inert in nature. But definitely 100% inert excipients, to have inert excipients is impossible. So remember that these impact the excipients as well. But here I strictly talk in context of drug. Another one is polymorphism, may impact solubility and stability of drug and dissolution rate of the product. Actually, polymorphism is, as you know, that the same chemical substance exists in various physical forms, and those physical forms have various stability and solubility profiles. So that's why, for example, if a compound is polymorphic, so depending upon whichever physical form or polymorphic form you're selecting and including in your desired product, that would impact the ultimate stability and solubility of the drug. So this we will discuss in detail in the next lecture. Then next comes the hygroscopicity. As you know that hygroscopicity is a property of chemical substance, or in case here we are discussing about the drug, its ability to absorb the moisture. So moisture absorption may affect physical structure and stability of drug. So all these, remember, we will discuss these in detail in next lecture, but here I am mentioning one by one various physicochemical properties and their main impact. So hygroscopicity would mainly impact after the moisture absorption, physical structure, like the crystalline structure might get changed, and that could also lead to a change in stability of the drug. Then the next property is partition coefficient. A drug having high affinity for oil may have poor solubility, as you know very well, in water, and dissolution, structure, and stability of the drug would be greatly impacted with this property. Excipients compatibility. Compatibility of excipients with the drug affects the stability of drug in final product. Therefore, specifications of all the raw material must be known. Next one is pH stability profile. Knowledge of stability profile will help to avoid degradation of drug during manufacturing and in the product form during storage. This lecture is still continued, and in next lecture we will discuss the physicochemical properties of drug in detail, and maybe we touch the manufacturing procedures as well. Thanks.